AskReddit by a plus a formatted talk. What's some misinformation that you want to clear up about a group identity you belong to? Not all men on Reddit are autistic sexually repressed virgins with bad hygiene. I am. But not all men are. It's giving that one. Will Smith. https://mgflip.com/mimetemplate/156735593 but not because I am black closed bracket meme. I'm disabled. We don't want to be called specially abled. On the flip side, we don't want to be called wheelchair either. Both are dehumanizing. Is that a thing? I've never heard a disabled person referred to as wheelchair. Not all introverts are shy. Outgoing introvert right here. Nobody believes meal mayo, so I have to explain to them that introversion isn't synonymous with shyness, and extroversion isn't synonymous with being outgoing. It's just how someone recharges. Do you recharge and find it relaxing to be around other people, or do you need to recharge and relax alone? Not all customer service workers suck at their job. I try to go above and beyond and have even won awards for my job performance, so stop treating everyone in the industry like trash because a lot of us don't deserve it and policies aren't up to us. We just take the orders and just like you wouldn't go against your boss and fire policies we can't either. We have bills to and are just trying to survive with as minimal bullshit that we can endure in a day. Not all rugby players are crazy alcoholics. I am, but I don't play rugby anymore. This is more of a regional thing, but in Finland there is this stereotype that all Swedish speaking Finns are gay and rich. And as a very straight and poor Swedish speaking Finn, I'd like to beg to differ. You just haven't met the right gay and rich Swedish speaking Finn yet. No, I'm not Russian, and no, I don't speak Russian. Even if I do, I won't speak it out of principle. Most Eastern Northeastern Europe. Exclamation point. You do not get PTSD from getting the wrong order at McDonald's. You can't have just a little PTSD. Saw that one today. PTSD must be diagnosed by a professional, and you saying you have PTSD because someone cut you off makes it more difficult for those of us that actually have it and are struggling. Absolutely. I was diagnosed with PTSD after years of death threats ended up with someone breaking into my home and trying to kill me. I had night terrors for years reliving that moment. So, it ticks me off when people claim to have PTSD because of minor inconveniences in life. I'm a vegetarian, but I'm not a preachy, self-righteous douche. I just want to eat my mac and cheese and be left alone. I'm not a vegetarian, but I am a preachy, self-righteous douche. Not all middle-aged white women are Karens. I need to speak to your manager. Impulsive thoughts and intrusive thoughts are not the same thing. Impulsive is cutting your hair or painting your walls. Intrusive is thinking, what if I push this person off the platform, or what if I ram my car into that family crossing the street? Please stop using them interchangeably. OCD is a real and debilitating condition. It's not a sub for saying I like things orderly or neat. No one with OCD has ever giggled in a video showing their closet in rainbow order saying teehee I'm so OCD. Please stop confusing aesthetically pleasing and particular with OCD. All of this. If we make intrusive thought and impulse interchangeable, then people with actual intrusive thoughts sound like freaks because we must actually want to kill others and or ourselves, harm children, etc. Not all Jews support the actions of Israel. In fact, many, both in the country and abroad, don't. But most do. And we are proud of that. People with mental illness, we don't all fake diagnosis self-diagnose, we also don't all make it seem all cute and quirky. We also don't all make it our entire personality. Lord, I wish you could tell this to all the TikTok influencers who are self-diagnosing and thus appropriating mental illness from real folks with mental illness. Not all Buddhists are nice, kind people. Wars have indeed been fought, and acts of terrorism committed in the name of Buddhism. We have shifty people who are Buddhist, and a lot of people who are Buddhist because they were raised that way and don't have strong feelings about it. We really aren't special. I agree with this. I have a friend whose mother left the family to become a devout Buddhist nun. She's not allowed to be called mother anymore by her children. Her husband had to give his permission. She pretty much disowned her family. My friend is trying to have her first child. The complex emotions of your mom walking out on your life for religion is ridiculous. Leftist here. We are not, in fact, paid by George Soros. I wish I was. But, we're not. I don't even know who George Soros is. LGBTQ+ people who aren't Twitter bots love to answer questions and clear up misconceptions about ourselves. We understand what it's like to be sheltered from information. We aren't mad at you for not understanding pronouns. We just want to be cool with everyone. I have BPD. Not all people with BPD are manipulative. I know some really nice people who suffer from BPD, and yes, I know some really mean people too, but every group has its bad apples. I just wish that people didn't spread hatred and misinformation about us. I've been getting signs that I may have BPD along with my current CPTSD diagnosis. My therapist has mentioned it to me quite a few times that I show symptoms of BPD, and due to the stigma of BPD I've been stressing out over it. I'm so afraid of being diagnosed because of how bad it sounds. I don't try to be a bad person, I just don't know how to control my emotions very well. People make it sound like if you have BPD you're a raging BTCH. I'm always emotionally dysregulated, but I'm not doing it on purpose. I just want to be happy. It feels like hell trying to understand why my brain does what it does. I hate it so much. It's torture. People who like to spend time alone are not always lonely. I love spending an evening relaxing alone, but I have friends who think that automatically makes me lonely. I'm just introverted and love my alone time. Bisexual equals non-monogamous. Not all vegans are preachy and smug. Many of us don't even talk about it unless it's absolutely necessary. Trans people are just trying to live our lives. There's no conspiracy. That all white people Europeans were involved in colonialism. Ireland was the first British colony. While my ancestors were involved in colonialism, they were the victims, not the colonizers. Quakers don't wear Puritan hats and sell oatmeal. Asians aren't all naturally smart. A lot of us work very hard or are pushed to work very hard and then get no credit for doing so, because it gets attributed to genetics. All 2.1 billion of us Muslims are not warmongering terrorists.